On Tuesday, a Dana Air Boeing 737 with registration number 5NDNA made an emergency landing while en route to Abuja's Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. It was discovered the choice was made in response to a signal from one of its engines. In a statement, the airline acknowledged the incident and stated that all 100 people on board had landed safely. Airline operators of Nigeria have put out a statement to the public saying that they are facing foreign exchange challenges and the jet fuel crisis. This was put out in a statement made to the public yesterday, lamenting the fact that they need more support and also asking for some changes in fuel surcharges coming their way. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu joins us to discuss further. Chika, good morning to you. Thank you so much for
morning today.
Where do we begin? RT 200 or the
let's talk about the CBN.
The CBN, okay, yes.
The E-Naira.
Yes.
Let's talk about the E-Naira.
So it's threatening banks.
Well, I mean, put it this simple.
Yeah.
Sleeping with the enemy. Okay, let me write something. The E-Naira is a digital representation of the Nigerian currency. It's a legal tender. It's just something as Naira, but the digital version, same value, and it was introduced by CBN to assist in financial inclusion, reduce the cost of transactions for the banking public, and then reach out more to the underserved. And even for the diaspora, it was going to help make remittances faster and cheaper. Now, mark the word I keep using, cheaper, you know that. Now, so, as of now, it's tied to the upper strings of the banks. But unfortunately, the E-Naira attributes or characteristics or the uses, compete directly with the mobile banking apps, or internet banking apps of banks. The same thing that E-Naira does at little or no charge is what the mobile apps will do.
Charge money.
So if the banks promote that, what will happen? You're cannibalizing your income.
Right.
So understandably, without disobeying CBN, you just come late to the meeting, E-Naira meeting. And so that's what's happening. Because as of now, it's still tied, the E-Naira policies and so on and so forth, it's still tied to a bank. You must have an account in a bank before that you can have an E-Naira pause. So that's the problem. Understandably, banks will not promote that. And the cash that is also in the E-Naira pause doesn't count towards the cash in the bank.
Right.
So if we juxtapose all, it's when the banks will lose out. If E-Naira is progressing, at least on a short-term basis.
Okay.
So, but this is important for the nation, for financial inclusion, as CBN continues to move towards the objective of getting 8 million Nigerians financially included. And so that's why CBN has gone ahead to try and get a partnership with MTN. So that at the end of the day, it's just your phone number. You don't need the account number again that we require to activate your E-Naira pause. That will sidetrack this limiting factor of banks and stop the banks from, any impediments towards the growth of E-Naira. It's just business. I'm sure that if you have competition, also you will not.
You sit up.
Even in the telecom side, it happens sometimes. You don't give a lot of free network or free pass to your competitors for that phone calls to pass through your network.
Exactly. You have to pay something. I guess the RT200 so far, inflows we've seen.
We have talked about in this program several times that, since oil started in Nigeria in 1956, literally everything that has to do non-oil export disappeared. I was reading a report the other day where you were talking about cocoa in the Western Nigeria. You remember the cocoa house, and cocoa literally built the economy of the Western Nigeria. Palm oil was there in the east and ground in the north. And so the non-oil export has suddenly disappeared from our menu. And it's oil that has been pushing about 90% of foreign exchange. It's a bad season for us. I talked about it yesterday in the program. I said that the major issue confronting Central Bank of Nigeria is foreign exchange. And if you look through the mails from other banks, you find even the retail side, school fees, parents are finding it difficult now to pay, medical bills, people are finding it difficult to pay. BT and travel, same thing. And the manufacturers also, everything in Nigeria now is about positive of FX.
Yeah.
The aviation talking about is
Exactly.
FX. Everybody's FX. So, and I keep saying 1.4 million barrels a day at $100 per barrel is very paltry to feed, to process an import-hungry nation like Nigeria. And so Nigeria quickly needed to diversify its export earnings. All this time, everybody mouths it, speaks about it, but doing nothing. CBN came out with this policy at the RTFS $200 billion within 3 to 5 years of non-oil export revenue inflows. And it had about 5 items there. One was provide capital, long-term capital for the export people to like buy equipment and whatever required for export. 2 was providing working capital, and 3 was dedicated export terminal. And the 4th was biannual export and town meetings. CBN has had the town meeting, and because I keep saying, listen to these guys. A lot of them complain that it takes them about 1 week to move their products from Apapa Oshodi Expressway to the port, and there are so many impediments to export. And they listen to them and try and bring all the agencies together. You saw what happened during the conference. The MPA, the custom, and everybody involved in the export process came together to try and make sure things are easier for the exporters. So that's all. The other one is the dedicated export terminal. I thought by now would have heard something from CBN on that, because the states were asked to bid for that. But maybe election season, or maybe the fact that Nigerian states are more interested in going to Abuja to go and share FAC, which during this new era there may be no FAC, again.
Exactly.
So maybe states now be more interested in doing things like this. So it's salutary that the funnel is being filled with FS coming to the country, 65 naira to the dollar for those who bring the dollars and the IE window to sell to third parties. So that's good, and we hope that CBN will push that more, because the recovery of a foreign currency will not depend on the oil, because already know what's happening. We sell the oil now. What do we do with it? We used to import PMX petrol
back into the country,
incorporate into the country, and then sell the petrol below market rate, sell more crudes. So instead of having dollars moved to our reserves, we are consuming everything. Because with this period that during this Russia-Ukraine war, with the price of oil, our reserves should have been up to $60 billion. And then a lot of people would have been comfortable. This FS crisis would have reduced. Of course, in addition to the problems we have with the production and pipelines blowout and sabotage and so on and so forth.
Okay, thanks for that. Very quickly,
aviation.
The aviation. This letter that the press release.
See, Nigeria, I guess because of things that have happened in the past, doesn't it amaze you? A compressed cylinder, like a big house, blasting through the air at 900 kilometers per hour. Some of them want to have 3,000 parts, hundreds of kilometers of wires. Every time take off and land safely. Do you think nothing will go wrong?
I see what you're saying. Well, once in a while, something might go wrong.
So, an engine failure can happen. But the important thing is that aviation is one industry, that has been designed with backup and backups. Fair safe and fair safe and safe. I mean, there are procedures and procedures. So that's nothing really new. There are procedures for when one engine fails, what do you do? When 2 engines even fail, what do you do? Planes have landed with 2 engines failing. So one engine of a Dana flight from Lagos to 45-minute flight coming from Lagos to Abuja failing. The issue is that the pilots get into the switch on their already agreed procedures and land the plane, and the plane landed safely.
And we're very
so that's what's important. But in Nigeria, we're used to this. Where we have hundreds of thousands of flights in a day, this is but in Nigeria, you just have few flights. That's why anyone happens, we'll start checking. But it's nothing big. I'm saying CA is on top of it, and to make sure that all the planes in Nigeria are in good condition.
Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, as always, thanks for joining us.